and said, my goodness, you're overweight. I looked at this woman and she literally was a stick. Then she said, you're going to have to change your diet. Well, she went into the boiled eggs. My mum looked at me, I looked at my mum. She went into, you can't have rice, you can't have potato, you can't have hard dough bread. My mum looked at her and said, well, what am I going to eat? What's on my plate? I don't understand. Do you know me? Do you know my food? Do you know that food generates love, care, and health? How do you know about my well-being? I said to my mom, you know what, Mom? Let's try and see if we can just boil what we can. And that's how I knew that my mum was really thinking about it. But does our system, our health system, care about our black people? Do they look about our diets? What are they thinking about? If a person goes to the doctor and calls out and says, hold on, I feel depressed. Out of the bag comes a bag of pills. How many pills can you take in one day? How many pills can you take one day?
Yes, several times I go to the doctor and I say to him, I'm not feeling well, but here is hurting me. Instead of him looking and seeing or giving me an answer, he looked at the computer. And I said, please, don't look at the computer. I want you to look at me and listen to what I have to say. I'm not feeling well. That's the reason why I'm here. I'm not here for you to look on the computer to start with these pills, because all they do is send from one side effect to another side effect. They never seem to go anywhere. So please, don't insult me, please. Could you please make sure that you are a black person and I need you to look after my health. My health is different to any other person. So please don't give me any more tablets, because that is all the doctors does.
Generic, generic, generic. That's all you're getting. You go to the doctors and they prescribe this thing and it's all generic. Side effects here, there and everywhere. You ask them to change the brand, no way. They search, they get a different brand, but it's still generic. Generic, generic, generic.
It's in the quantity. It's in the substance of what we eat. I remember when I was a young girl, we used to eat a lot of vegetarian. At that time, I didn't really call it that. It's what we had at home, what we grew, what we had in the community. So we look at the meat once a month, twice a month. We knew where it came from. They say organic. They talk about they go to certain parts of the world and they've seen people eating stuff they've been eating for years, for generations, for centuries. And they lean and trim and they stand up tall and they grow to a ripe old age. But now here we go. The fast food, the Kentucky, the Burger King. What do we say? We need to go back to the basics. Back to basics and prepare and cook the way we used to. Where me come from, we deal with the black love. We have bush. We have our early intervention strategies. We have bush with this, bush with that, and bush with everything. No man.
Hold the mic near her. Hold the mic near her.
Them a come tell me, say, them have mental health act. But what is the mental health act for? The mental health act is to condition the black mind to take medication. When I don't need medication, I use the holistic approach.
Hey! Holistic approach for the black love.
for Black Love holistic approach. I've been in England for 40 years. I like my jollof rice. I like my roots. I like my pepper soup. I like my egusi soup. I like my ogbono soup. Jollof rice, Black Love. Black Love, jollof rice and pepper soup. Thank you.
Can somebody listen to my needs? Can somebody listen to what I need? Can somebody listen to what I need? Somebody listen to what I need. Can somebody listen to what I need? Can somebody listen to what I need?
Let's remember our children. Our children are growing up in this city. Remember Child Z? What about her dignity and her mental health? How can you ask a child to undress in public? Where's her dignity? Remember the lives that